All right. What's going on, everybody? This is Hayward here, CEO and founder of Coach Hayward. Today, I'm going to show you, or I'm just going to quickly teach you how to shape your body. So this is only going to be like a 5-minute training. It's going to be very, very quick. We're just going to jump into it. I'm going to explain head to toe and how it works. And that way I can give you guys some clarity or just help you out on your weight loss and fit journey. Now, if you learn something new from this training today, all I ask is that you make sure you leave a like and a subscribe below so that way more people can see this stuff, all right? So how do we shape our body? I want to explain to you guys like what I would do with a client when it comes to them shaping their body. So let's say, for example, let's say you have the typical lady who wants the typical shape, right? I mean, guys have an ideal image in their mind, girls do too usually. And let's say like that is the image we're going for, right? So that hourglass shape, we want to work on our glutes, like our shoulders strong, our arms toned, our legs firm. If we want to accomplish that goal there, here's the steps to it. So first and foremost is we got to look at, okay, do we have body fat to lose, right? If we have body fat to lose, well, then first and foremost, the main key here is we want to focus on getting the body fat off while preserving the muscle mass. So how we do that is you want to make sure you're in a proper caloric deficit, not too much of a deficit, because then you're going to eat up your muscle mass, right? So you want to make sure you're in the right deficit, so you're going to consistently drop body weight. So that is all about the food setup. Then you want to incorporate at least 2 workouts per week to help you preserve your muscle mass. 3 workouts per week can actually help you get a little bit of benefits and get results. So you want to incorporate those so that way you drop the body fat down, right? We're getting rid of the excess weight, but also we're keeping your muscles where you want them. Now, by doing this setup here, you'll do like full body workouts, typically compound lifts, like strength training exercise to keep as strong as possible, to preserve muscle mass as possible. And I find compound lifts kind of build your overall shape. So they'll kind of build a strong foundation that we can build off. So that's the first step, is that we got to lose the body fat, get that out of the way, right? Making sure you keep the muscles underneath. Then the next steps is typically like, let's say if you have your last 5-10 pounds or so, then we can be a lot more specific. So then we can tailor the workouts to like how the person wants to look, right? So we'll tailor the workouts exactly how you want to look. If you want to work on your triceps, okay, we'll add in tricep exercises. If you want to work on your core, we'll add in maybe a little bit more core exercises. So we'll start to actually target those areas so we can really work on building the muscle there. So when we do drop the body fat, it's going to be a lot more toned, defined, and you'll see the muscles pop out more. Now, with that one there, when it comes to this section number 2, typically what we got to get right here is the right exercises and the right macro setup. So you got to make sure you're eating a lot of protein, and then depending on how your body responds to either low carb or low fat, that just depends on your body. Everybody's different, but I've noticed there's not a crazy amount of difference there, but it's still everyone will react differently depending on that macro setup with fats or carbs, whichever one you want to be the dominant one. But high protein is essential. You need high protein. And then essentially what's going to happen, so now you're in a caloric deficit, right? You drop the body fat. And now the next step is like getting the macros more aligned, more fine-tuned, and then maybe add on some more workouts, because if you want to work on targeting areas, you might want to train at least 4 times a week. So that way it just makes more sense when you're lifting and you're getting the best bang for your buck in the gym. So then you go in, you work on those areas, you're still dropping body fat, but it's probably a little bit less now. And this is where we do the whole body recomp. So you don't even care about the scale. You just focus on your body and shaping it. So basically we're removing the body fat, we're getting rid of the body fat, and we're keeping the muscle mass. Now, once you hit this goal here, this is like you can keep this going and get as shredded as possible, like as defined and toned as possible. If you want to then add some mass onto your body, right? So if you want to add, like, let's say if you want your glutes to get bigger, if you want to grow a bigger booty, essentially you'd want to focus on doing a bulk. So a bulk is the opposite of losing weight. It's where you go in a caloric surplus. Typically, for a lot of you ladies watching, like my ideal clients that I work with, if you want to work on this goal here, you don't want to be eating an extra 500 calories a day and adding on a pound a week, because it's going to be body fat as well. I would say we go for a lean bulk. So you'd want to add on about 150 calories surplus to about 200 maybe, so you won't even gain about a half a pound a week or so. But that way, when you do gain the actual like weight, it's going to be like mostly just muscle mass, as long as you're eating proper food. And that way, what you're going to do if you're bulking is you're going to eat a bunch of foods, you're going to gain weight. You want to eat as healthy as possible though, right? And not too large amounts. So that way you're getting mostly just muscle mass. and then work those targeted areas. Really stress and push those target areas so you can grow your glutes and you can grow those areas to where you want them to be. Last note of the day today is that if you want to get abs and you want to get that more of an hourglass shape, right? Just make sure that you're not in a caloric surplus and not working out the sides of your core, because what's going to happen is that if you're in a surplus and you're working your core the wrong way, you're going to make your core thicker and bigger, because it's going to add muscle mass there. It's going to get thicker, right? So if you do want a thin waist, like a thinner core area, that's something to just be mindful of when it comes to your training. But that's the training for today, guys. I got to hop off here because I do have some meetings going up, but I really want to come on here really quickly, share with you how to shape your body, because this is the coolest stuff about this. Like, this is why I love what I do, is because like you're the artist and your body's the art, and you can build it and shape it however you want. But you got to just keep showing up for yourself, right? But if you can look at your weight loss and your fitness in this way, about all the benefits and literally shaping your body like you're working on a project, I mean, it's so fun. It's so cool to be able to go in there and you're working different areas, and you don't see the results immediately, but if you keep at it, you will see the results later on. One more last lesson for today is that if you're trying to lose weight and gain muscle mass at the same time, it's almost impossible for a woman, like specifically, like it's very hard. And even for men. For some men, it's possible, but not all men. And the reason typically is because of testosterone levels in us. And also, of course, you know, how like specific we're being with the plan, right? Like make sure you're getting your protein, everything. But the reason why like men have a better shot at it is because their testosterone levels are typically higher. So that way it's easy for them to, you know, get the muscle gains, yeah, it's easy for them to get the muscle gains and whatnot. Yeah, so that's training there. So again, if you wanna build muscle while losing fat, I would suggest you to shift that, and you actually would want to lose body fat, preserve muscle, so that way your muscles are going to pop out more and be more defined and actually look a little bit bigger, possibly because the body fat's not there, so you're more chiseled looking. If you want to actually gain muscle mass and strength and whatnot, and that's your goal and not weight loss, then you'd maybe want to go in a surplus, gain some weight, and then you can shred down after that. Okay, so that's the training for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm currently bulking, and in months down the road from now, I will be soon shredding down. You guys can join me on that journey. But that's the training for today. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did like it, make sure you subscribe down below for the next one. And I will see you guys here soon on the next training.